Welcome to Shadowy Sagas, your ultimate destination for chilling horror stories that will haunt your dreams. In today's video, we uncover the spine-tingling tale of The Haunting of Silent Hill, a village plagued by an ancient Cherokee curse. Follow the terrifying journey of Eliza and Daniel Thompson as they confront supernatural forces and unravel dark secrets hidden within their new home. Get ready for a story based on true events that will keep you on the edge of your seat. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more eerie tales from Shadowy Sagas. The village of Silent Hill, nestled deep in the Appalachian Mountains, had always been shrouded in mystery and superstition. Legends spoke of an ancient curse placed upon the land by its original inhabitants, the Cherokee, who were driven out by European settlers in the 18th century. The village's history was marred by tragedy, from mysterious disappearances to unexplained deaths, earning it a reputation as a place where the supernatural and the macabre intersected. In the early 1900s, a young woman named Eliza Thompson moved to Silent Hill with her husband, Daniel. They were drawn to the area by the promise of fertile land and a fresh start. The couple purchased a dilapidated farmhouse on the outskirts of the village and set to work restoring it. Despite the eerie silence that hung over the village, Eliza and Daniel were optimistic and determined to make a life for themselves. The first few months passed without incident. The Thompsons worked tirelessly, transforming the farmhouse into a cozy home. Eliza, a talented gardener, cultivated a beautiful garden, while Daniel tended to the livestock. They made few friends in the village, as the locals were reclusive and wary of outsiders. Still, the couple remained undeterred, believing that their hard work and perseverance would eventually win over their neighbors. One crisp autumn evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and cast long shadows across the fields, Eliza heard a strange noise coming from the forest that bordered their property. It was a low, mournful wail, unlike anything she had ever heard. Curious and a bit apprehensive, she ventured to the edge of the woods, where she found an old, weathered grave marker partially buried beneath the underbrush. The name on the marker was obscured, but the date was from the late 1700s. Eliza mentioned the discovery to Daniel, who dismissed it as nothing more than a relic from the past. However, over the next few weeks, the strange noises persisted. The wails grew louder and more frequent, echoing through the night and disturbing their sleep. The livestock became agitated, and the once vibrant garden began to wither. One night, as a violent storm raged outside, Eliza was jolted awake by a loud crash. She rushed downstairs to find the front door wide open, swinging on its hinges. Rain and wind whipped through the house, and muddy footprints trailed across the floor. Daniel was nowhere to be found. Panic surged through her as she called out his name, but there was no response. Desperate, Eliza grabbed a lantern and ventured into the storm, following the footprints that led toward the forest. The rain pounded down, making it difficult to see, but she pressed on, driven by fear and determination. As she neared the tree line, she caught a glimpse of a figure moving among the shadows. It was Daniel, but something was terribly wrong. His eyes were wide with terror, and his movements were jerky and unnatural, as if he were being controlled by an unseen force. Eliza called out to him, but he did not respond. Instead, he disappeared into the darkness of the forest. Ignoring her own fear, she followed him, the light from her lantern casting eerie shapes among the trees. The forest seemed to close in around her, the air growing thick and oppressive. The wails grew louder, more anguished, and she felt a chill run down her spine. As she stumbled through the underbrush, she came upon a clearing. In the center stood a massive ancient oak tree, its gnarled branches stretching out like skeletal arms. At the base of the tree, Daniel was kneeling, his head bowed as if in prayer. Eliza approached him cautiously, her heart pounding in her chest. When she reached out to touch his shoulder, he turned to face her, his eyes filled with a terror that mirrored her own. Before she could speak, a cold, clammy hand closed around her wrist. She turned to see a ghostly figure, its face contorted in pain and rage. The figure was translucent, barely more than a wisp of smoke, but its grip was ironclad. Eliza struggled, but the more she fought, the tighter the grip became. She realized with horror that this was the spirit of the person buried beneath the grave marker she had found weeks earlier. The ghostly figure began to speak, its voice a harsh whisper carried on the wind. It told Eliza of the curse placed upon the land by the Cherokee, a curse that condemned the souls of those who wronged them to eternal torment. The settlers who had driven them out had desecrated sacred ground, and the spirits of the wronged would never find peace. Eliza pleaded with the spirit, begging for her husband's release. The spirit's grip loosened slightly, and it offered a grim bargain. If she could find a way to lift the curse and honor the spirits of the land, it would release Daniel. If she failed, they would both be doomed to wander the forest forever, lost souls trapped in a never-ending nightmare. Determined to save her husband, Eliza agreed. The spirit released her, and she and Daniel stumbled back to their farmhouse, exhausted and terrified. Over the next few days, Eliza researched the history of Silent Hill, seeking out the few villagers who were willing to speak to her. She learned of the sacred rituals of the Cherokee and the locations of the desecrated burial grounds. With this knowledge, Eliza set out to perform the rituals, guided by the cryptic instructions of the spirit. She gathered the necessary materials and ventured into the forest, retracing her steps to the ancient oak tree. There, she performed the rituals, offering prayers and gifts to the spirits of the land. As she completed the final ritual, a strange calm settled over the forest. The wails ceased, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. Eliza felt a sense of peace wash over her, and she knew that the spirits had been appeased. When she returned to the farmhouse, she found Daniel awake and coherent, the terror that had gripped him finally gone. The curse of Silent Hill had been lifted, but the experience left a lasting mark on Eliza and Daniel. They remained in the village, dedicating their lives to honoring the spirits of the land and ensuring that the mistakes of the past were never repeated. The villagers, once wary of them, came to respect and trust the Thompsons, recognizing their role in breaking the curse that had haunted their home for generations. Silent Hill still retained its eerie silence, but the air was no longer thick with malevolence. The spirits of the land were at peace, and for the first time in centuries, the village knew true tranquility. Eliza and Daniel became the guardians of this fragile peace, their story a testament to the power of redemption and the enduring bond between the living and the dead. Thank you for watching this spine-chilling episode of Shadowy Sagas. We hope you were as captivated by the haunting tale of Silent Hill as we were. Your support means the world to us, and we love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more eerie and thrilling horror stories. Stay tuned, stay spooky, and we'll see you in the next video.